Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is the range and the organization of plant bodies or thallus in algae. So the range of thallus in algae varies to a large extent as they are large group as well as they exist in diverse habitats. So the algal variation occur in its size and form. They could be small microscopic, for example volvox, to large macroscopic, for example seaweeds. So they could be single celled or organized in colonies or could be in filamentous form. So the size, structure and the thallus type is described below. So on the basis of size, first is chlorella, that is 0.5 mu. Then Chlamydomonas have a size of 20 to 30 mu. Then Volvox 0.5 mm. Eulothrix and Sparrogyra 10 to 20 centimeter. Cara 20 to 30 centimeter. Nidocystis 15 to 20 meter. And Macrocystis 100 to 180 meter. Then the forms of algae. So first is the unicellular algae. So these are present in almost all the classes of algae, whether it is chlorophyces, cyanophyces, rhodophyces, etc. All the functions are carried in the single cell only here. So there are many variations in their shape, in the flagellation, etc. These are further subdivided into following types. First is the amoeboid or rhizopodial type. So they do not have a rigid cell wall, that is their cell wall is, we can say, flexible, but have cytoplasmic projections and that give amoeba like appearance. So example is chrysamoeba and the rhizochrysис. Then flagellated type, that is these algae have flagella. Their number varies from 1, 2 or more, and also due to the presence of flagella they have a motility, that is they are mobile in nature. Example is Euglena, Chrysoxantho and Cryptophyceae. Then non-flagellated forms, so they are non-motile forms as they do not possess any flagella. Example as in case of round shape, that is chlorella, cylindrical shape is clostridium, spiral shape is spirulina. So this is an example of unicellular flagellate algae, that is chrysamoeba. It has rhizopod, that is cytoplasmic projections it have. Then Euglena, it have a chromatophore and flagella also. And in case of Chlamydomonas, chloroplast, it has nucleus, it has cell wall, okay, and also flagella. Then the non-motile algae, we can say, or non-flagellated algae also. So first is here is chlorella and also the second is Pinularia. Then second type is aggregates. So whenever unicellular algae they live together in groups, they are known as aggregates. Few groups could be also called as colony or cynobia. Then first is palmelloid category. So the round colony of the cells that are embedded in an irregular mass of the mucilaginous matrix. Here you can see in this diagram irregular mass. All the cells are separate from each other, they are separated from each other and are capable of dividing. Example is tetraspora. So this is a diagram representing the palmelloid colony of tetraspora algae. Then the dendroid type. So colony is covered by mucilage, that is an outer layer of mucilage is present here. They look like small microscopic trees, small trees, branching trees. Adjacent cells combine to give a dendroid form, that is nearby cells, okay, or the neighboring cells combine to give this dendroid form. This dendroid form was here, this is a layer of mucilage, these are the cells. Polarity is present in this and examples are chrysodendron, chemisiphon and prasinocladus. Simple flagellated type. So in this colony many flagellated cells are present. See, many flagellated cells are present here. According to the environment, the number of the cells could either increase or decrease. It is based on the environmental condition, whether there is favorable conditions or unfavorable conditions, the cells have the property to divide or we can say multiply. So example Cyanura, this is a simple flagellated colony of Cyanura algae. Then synovial. So these group of the cells are not an irregular aggregation. They are not irregular but presents well defined and constant shape and size. They have constant shape and size. The number of the cells do not increase by vegetative division. So here vegetative division do not take place. Hence the number of the cells in a synobium is determined at the time of its formation only. So this is the whole synobium. Then it is also of two types. First is non-motile type. So here flagella is absent, or we can say motility is not present. They are also of various shape. First is linear, 4 to 8 cells are present. Example scandesmus. Then plate-like pediastron, reticulate, that is heterodictine. So this is diagram of scandesmus, and this is heterodictine, that is reticulate type. Then motile synovial. So here motile cells are present which shows movement also. Example is Pandorina and Eudorina. Example here 4 to 32 cells are arranged to form a synovia. 4 to 32 number varies, and in case of volvox 500 to 60,000 motile cells are connected to each other by cytoplasmic connection. So this is volvox. Okay, daughter colony, a single cell is also present. Colonial envelope was there, flagella also present. Then third is the filamentous algae. So they are formed by the regular division of the cells. They join in a line giving rise to a filamentous form. So these filaments can either be, or we can say these filaments are classified as first is unbranched. So these simple filaments could be free floating. Example in Oscillatoria, that is single cell. Nostoc, that is in colonial form. They have a hold fast, that is a structure that is helpful for attaching to the substratum, by which they attach to substratum. Example in Eulothrix. So here Eulothrix and also Oscillatoria, apical cell was there. So this is unbranched, there is no branching was seen here. Then in case of branched structure, so these are formed when lateral outgrowth of the cells divide more than once or again and again, that is they divide again and again. So the branching could be again, the branch structure is divided into following categories. That is, first is simple branching is seen. So in few cases the branch actually arises beneath a septum. That is, septum is, we can say, actually a separation area. Okay, but quite soon it is displaced upward and pushes aside the main axis to its one side. This process is called as evection. Example is Cladophora. So here branching is seen in Cladophora, again septum, and these are the diagrams representing the branching in Cladophora. So in this type of the branching, the trichomes are attached with the help of a basal cell to the substratum on which they grow. So a basal cell role is here. The basal cell act as a hold fast and does not form branches. So branches are not formed in basal cell. Then another is the heterotrichous branching. So in heterotrichous branching, in few algae, the filaments form two distinct type of system. For example, first is the prostate system. So this part fixes the thallus to substratum directly. Example in Chlorophyce frischella. And erect system. So it forms well developed erect branches was also seen here in Phaeophyce ectocarpus. So these examples are seen in the have both the system, that is erect and prostate system. So this is the diagram, that is the of halosiphon. Here is erect system, and this is the basal system which act as a hold fast, and this is the prostate system where branching is seen. These are the rhizoids in Frischella. Then siphonaceous forms. So these forms have sinocytic tubular filaments. The cell division taking place in the branches are not followed by the cell division, that is, a regular cell division is not seen here. Hence the thallus is aseptate, that is not divided into septum as we have seen earlier. Septa are only formed at the time of reproduction only. Example in Vaucheria. So this is the sinocytic algae in Vaucheria. These are the rhizoids, cytoplasm, cell wall. No septum is seen here. Then the pseudoparenchymatous thallus. So pseudo means false. So here it actually do not give the full appearance of a parenchymatous thallus. It is derived from the primitive kind of filamentous and the siphonaceous forms. It is present in Coleochaete scutata algae, in which it is formed by the branches of the prostrate system. So here prostrate system is involved, where the thallus directly fixes to the substratum and lying very close to each other. So depending upon the main filament forming the thallus, it is called as uniaxial or multiaxial. In case of uniaxial, only single central filament possess an apical cell, that is the uppermost cell, and this is capable of independent growth, as in case of Polysiphonia. And in case of multiaxial, all the filaments which are closely opposed, or we can say attached to each other, they have apical cells. They have also possess the capability of independent growth, example Mammalion, and also Polysiphonia. Then parenchymatous forms. So these are derived from a filamentous body. Here thalli are larger, the plant body is large, as the cell division are in many planes. A thallus is foliose, flat or tubular in shape, so a variation is seen in thallus also. In advanced forms like laminarials, the thallus is divided into three regions. So in advanced form, first is meristoderm, then middle cortex, and the central medulla. The thallus is divided into three regions. And also, the flat thallus has a central medulla of larger cells, and a single layered epidermis is also present here in this form. So this is a diagram representing the true parenchymatous algae, that is sargassum. Okay, this is holdfast, main axis, lateral plant and axillary branch. Then equisetoid algae. So these filamentous algae are formed due to the pseudoparenchymatous organization of the cellus, that is false parenchymatous organization was there, as these plants resemble a pteridophyte, that is of genera Equisetum, hence they are known as equisetoid algae. Example is Chara and Nitella. So this is the thallus of an equisetoid algae, that is a Chara. Here rhizoids were there, main axis internode is present. This is the thallus of Chara. So summarizing the whole topic, here I have given a chart representing the classification of algae, again on the basis of thallus, in a single page, that is unicellular algae, aggregate, synovial, filamentous, pseudoparenchymatous, cynocytic, true parenchymatous and equisetoid. These all have examples representing them and have certain features. So yeah, this is all about the classification of algae on the basis of the range of the thallus. Hope you will like my video, and if you will like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel.